Hi, just a quick sort of unboxing and review of a new penknife I got a couple of weeks ago. If you're into knives, you'll probably be familiar with that symbol and the name Emerson, and this is their collaboration with Kershaw. So basically this is the first time you could get a affordable Emerson. It is the CQC7K. CQC stands for Close Quarter Combat, so it's a knife with a sort of military purpose. Comes in a fairly standard cardboard box. The knife is wrapped in just a cellophane sleeve, and there's some info in here about the knife and Emerson. So that little sleeve, that little leaflet explains to you about the unique way that the knife opens, but I'll show you that to you in a minute. This bit is some more general information about owning a Kershaw knife, warranty information, all the different ways that they open and the locks. So the knife itself is very much, Emerson design. It's just been reproduced by Kershaw at a very much budget price. So this was, I think, 35 UK pounds. A similar Emerson would probably be over 200 pounds. Now, Emerson's are sort of one of those knives which have a very strong following. They are very well designed, they're robust, but some people have sort of commented that they're actually lacking a little bit in quality control for the price, and there's some sort of discussion to be had on that. But at £35 you can't really go wrong. Now, this is my first tanto, so the shape of the blade is a tanto blade, a tanto shape, and it's the first one I've had. It's a very aggressive shape that keeps the stock very thin right down to the point, so it's good for a penetrating cut. It's quite attractive, really, I think. And I'll go straight onto the blade, because the blade is the star of the show, really, in my opinion. It's very well finished. It's got a nice satin rubbed finish on the flats, and quite a good stone wash on this very sort of shallow, hollow ground blade. It's a traditional sort of V grind, as opposed to a lot of Emersons which have a chisel grind, so it's only got the bevel on one side, but this is a bit more traditional. The only thing about the blade which disappoints me a little bit is, don't particularly like all the logos, but such is life. And also the stone wash is slightly spoiled. I don't know if we can pick it up here, because they've buffed the edge to give it a sort of partial mirror finish, and they've just taken off a little bit of the stone wash, which just detracts from the look a little bit. Also, just at this apex here, it feels like it could have been a bit more precise. I always thought that would be a very acute point on a tanto, but nonetheless, it's very sharp. I won't do a paper cut test now, but I can assure you it is sharp. Now, what I would say is that the polish on the edge here is, I preferred it a little bit more toothy, which I find better for cutting, and that would have saved them the spoil of the stone wash there. So moving on to the handle, you've got the sort of grippy G10 sort of fibre impregnated plastic here, very grippy, very good quality. And then on the other side you've got a frame lock in steel, which is fine. What I would say is that the the cut round there is a little bit thick. It lacks a little bit of refinement, but it's absolutely usable. Now for me, the Emersons that I've always had my eye on, the ones I really like, have G10 on both sides and then a thinner liner lock, and I find that a bit more what I'd call sort of the Emerson DNA, but yeah, that's absolutely fine. And the only other thing that I comment on is right out the box, this pocket clip was a little bit loose. It was a bit disappointing. I assume it will tighten up. In fact, I'll give it a go now. Does that help? Yes, that's perfectly tight. So what I'll do off camera, I'll undo that a bit and shore it up with a bit of Loctite, and that'll be good to go for forever. Now in terms of deployment, obviously you've got the wave feature here, which you tuck this down into your trouser pocket, and as you pull it out, your trouser seam catches on that, and it flicks open as you pull it out, so I'll show you that in a second. If you don't use that, initially it was quite stiff, you know, I got quite a sore finger from opening and closing it, but it's okay now, and you can, with a bit of practice, you can flick it open like that. Bit of wrist action on there, but yeah, it's perfectly usable, and yeah, the lockup is perfect in all respects. That's pretty much everything. The other thing to point out about all Emersons is that they have an easy construction. So these are screws all round, including the pivot there, as opposed to Torx, which makes maintenance in the field, if you will, easier. But yeah, it's really a very nice blade. Yeah, for the money, that's excellent. Okay, well I'll quickly just show you deployment from the pocket, and then that'll probably bring it to a close. But yeah, all in all, pretty high value, and a nice addition to the collection. Okay, thank you very much. Very quickly I'll show you the deployment from the pocket. All you need to do is tuck it into your pocket, make sure it's nice and tight at the back, and as you pull it out, it deploys very quickly, very simply. Very clever design. Okay.